Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Art of the Oracle. My name is Virginia, and I'm here giving you a daily reading. I hope you caught yesterday's reading using Crow Tarot. Today is What's Up Wednesday, and I wanted to use the medicine cards yesterday, so I decided to grab them for today. And they are brilliant cards. I love it was really one of my first decks outside of tarot, so my first oracle card. And yeah, it meant a lot to me when I first got it, because it has something in the beginning of the book that allows you to pull cards to find out what your spirit animals are. And it's a beautiful foundation, bringing you into the book and the cards, but also helps you understand what kind of energies you can utilize in your life. So highly recommend this deck if you're unfamiliar with it. It's really a beautiful way to look at animals in a new way, but also recognize how animals are reflecting in our own lives. So let's take a look and see what the beautiful message is. Okay, so I have one card here that's, can you see it? That's open. So I'm going to take it. And this has been a very prominent card for me over the last few months, this eagle message about really understanding your highest wisdom and guidance, like soaring with the eagle. And I know that the United States is, our symbol is the eagle. And I think that there's so much power. And if we look at what that symbol really represents, it represents this strength, but the ability to really soar and the freedom to be able to do that. And right now, as there's so many protests in the streets because the government and the people in power, I feel like they want to soar, but they don't want anybody else to soar. So it's like I feel like they're, like removing things, and it's pretty scary for a lot of people. I recognize that. I mean, I have, I'm aware, I have friends whose children are working in governmental situations that are, really fearful of their, even though they've been in positions for a number of years, that they're going to lose them. Now, this isn't about politics, and it's not about the eagle in, being the American symbol. But what it is about what eagle represents, the power behind eagle, the freedom, and the higher awareness, which is what eagle's message is like, there's something bigger. We can get caught up in a lot of what these people are doing, and I think it's very important to know what's going on in the world, because when you're unaware, you can get taken advantage of. So I'm going to read a little passage. Spirit in this deck not only represents all those things that I just said, but it's about spirit. Because the Indians really honored and recognized great spirit, like Father, Son, within the eagle, and that he had great healing energies. So if we call on the spirit of eagle, which is what our country, like it's our country's animal, symbol that represents us, a flying high. If we honor eagle and not what the trash that has happened since we, honored that eagle. The American Indian honored eagle above all other animals, because it's like there was a wisdom in being able to see that. So if you've pulled this symbol, it's reminding you to take heart and gather your courage, for the universe is presenting you with the opportunity to soar above the mundane levels of your life. The power of recognizing this opportunity may come in the form of a spiritual test, which kind of feels like what's going on right now, right? It's because we're being like pushed in all these different directions emotionally, literally and physically. So the power is recognizing the opportunity may come in the form of test. In being astute, you may recognize the places within your soul, personality, emotions, or psyche that need bolstering or refinement. By looking at the overall tapestry, Eagle teaches you to broaden your senses of self beyond the horizon of what is presently visible. Yeah, so that's a really powerful message, because we get caught in our jobs and in who we are, and we forget that, you know, we're like galactic star beings here. And that's why I think, you know, if we look at what's going on and all these, you know, it's hard to lose the position where we are. Trust me, I am a big advocate of change, and I have, you know, just gone into change and then gone, oh my God, what have I done? And we're being forced to change, and that feels even more unstable. So I really do understand that there's a lot going on, and that what is being asked of us is really, it's a lot. So it's asking you to recognize, okay, so we have skunk energy as well, which I love skunk energy because it's understanding is a very strong sense of boundary, right? So the eagle is asking you to rise up above, know that you are more than what the mundane has presented for you. And then, yes, you have done all these beautiful things to create a life which makes sense to you, and now everything is changing and it doesn't always feel like it makes sense. But the skunk is around the boundary of that. And if you can look here, skunk is balanced energy. It's black and white energy. It honors the dark side and the light. And it's not afraid to like put a strong barrier when it feels like it's being threatened. And I think that that's part of the message that's coming forth here. Is like, be aware of what you're putting out in the world, or who's coming in, or what's stinking up your space. It's okay for you to have a strong boundary around you. It creates, okay, and then there's two more here. It creates a firm awareness of others are aware of your strength and power. So that is, I think, part of this message. And then look at this. We have Spider and 17 with Mountain Lion. And Spider is the great creator. And I love this because we have 1, 7 and 1, 7, and 4 and 3 equals 7. So, you know, and 4 is stability, and 3 is around bringing things together in like a unity. Like the symbol for like earth or wind. I mean, everything is represented in a triangle. There's something about 3. So we have 1, 7, 1, 7, 4 and 3 to 7, which tells me that there's a lot of energy right now around this, you know, and 1 and 7 equals 8, which is, you know, a whole other thing. There's so many ways to look at this, but the 43 in Spider is the great creator energy. And there is a power grid, you know, that people are talking about around the earth right now. And I've seen it. I've literally seen, like, received messages of this beautiful grid of light that is connecting all of us. And there are beautiful people in the world. I'm aware of a couple of different women that are creating the ability to for us to heal the earth through the grids. But I think there's the ley line grids. There's just so many grids of connectivity. And this, sorry, it's not around creativity. It's around weaving, but it's around, you know, creating connections or lighting up the connections. So if I read a little bit of what this energy is bringing in for us today, hold on, I'm going to grab my glasses. So it's like Spider's body is made in a figure 8, and it has 8 legs within it. So it represents some of that like infinity thinking. And it says right now, if she's dropped into your cards today, she may be telling you to create, create, create. That's where I had that create in my mind. She's about weaving, but in the form of creation, we are weaving ideas together, matter together, all these different things. And yesterday's message was about the possibility of somebody coming in to your life. I realize this message is getting long, so I'm going to try to wrap it up. But yeah, so bring in if nothing else, your thoughts and ideas around the perspective that you had is now being forced to be broadened. So be aware of that. Don't be afraid to put up strong boundaries, but understand the power in both the darkness and the light. Understand that, the quiet and the going out into the world. Recognize that there's like a thread of golden light emanating and from the earth, and there's all this power and all this energy going on, which is also ramping up everything as well. So it's literally, the spider is saying, create, journal. There are ways of being able to empower yourself to be able to withstand what's going on right now, is really what this weaving energy is about. And then we have mountain lion energy, which is around leadership. And if you were feeling like a lot of stuff is going on right now and you're not sure of how to keep your boundaries, how to see from this higher perspective, where are you going with everything? You may be feeling a pull to go out and lead, and maybe that is what is going to give you, maybe that's part of what the message is for you today, is around feeling your, it says mountain lion can be a very difficult power totem for you to have because it places you in a position to be a target for the problem of others. And what I think is happening here in the world right now is that, yeah, there's all kinds of problems going on, and that's exactly what's happening, is that all these things are going on, and it's forcing us into this mode where we're seeing like what we need to protect, where are our boundaries, what are we here to do, and leadership could be part of it. But all of this, I think, all these things that feel really negative right now, and probably are very negative, are here creating some new thread of awareness within all of us to step into to different boundaries and into new leadership opportunities, and allowing us to really take our life back. Because when things are real easy, we just kind of flow with everything, and when things get shaken up, it forces us to move and to sometimes find out who we really are. It's that test that the spider was talking about. So I hope you enjoyed the message today. I certainly enjoyed bringing it. It's a beautiful, crisp day here today. The rain finally parted, so I look forward to getting up a 3-card, pick a card reading in the next couple of days. So thank you for being here. Have an amazing day. Bye now.